everybody, how are you doing this evening? So turns out I was all dressed up and nowhere to go this evening, so yes, I decided to stream it. And unfortunately dearest Amy will not be joining us. She's gotten delayed, or maybe she'll come on later if she gets home. But yes, so how's everybody doing? Hope your week's been well, getting ready for a good winter. It is definitely getting like that, except this afternoon in Gauteng was a beautiful day. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Pink Pastel Roses. Pink Pastel Roses has already jumped in there with the topic, and she tunes no. At some point, there will be sexual tension unless one is gay. Okie dokie then. Hello, Mr. Punisher. Welcome. Yeah, so this is a topic that obviously has come up throughout the years, throughout dating. You deal with different scenarios. One that touches me personally at the moment is you have someone in your life and they either have an ex with someone that they have a child with. And isn't it funny that, and I have no problem with them talking about the child and then, discussing what's important for the child, schooling, health, all that stuff. And then you get somehow the ex suddenly feels that they can really get into things and start telling them how their day was and what their blood group is and what their Tanny had for tea and etc. And then things just kind of go pear. And I mean, do you deal with exes? Is exes a question? So we're going to go through some of the things. So can you still be friends with your ex? That's kind of a question that I've been delving into. I mean, civility is one thing, fair enough. But with an ex-partner, true friends, especially when that someone's married or met someone, I don't know. It's definitely tricky. Hello, Hardy Dave. Hi. And Brandon. Hello, Brandon. I see you here, but you obviously meant to say something, but you didn't, or something. Oh yes, I need to check. I'm reading comments on one screen. Let's try this. As you can see, I am tonight doing stream yards, and maybe later if someone wants to join me, we can post the link, and I'll send it to Pink Pastel Roses and even Brandon. Yeah, so this is obviously a strange question. Now, if you're married, you're obviously more secure, unless the person has a history of maybe infidelity. And that's another thing. Do you trust someone that's been unfaithful to you? Can you regain trust? My mother always said that, yes, you can if your marriage is worth it, and there are lots of kids, and obviously there are financial obligations involved. We would have stayed together if we were true friends, but I'm glad we don't have to meet each day. Oh, Hardy Dave, you so hit that in the gut there. Thanks, dude. Thanks a lot. So there's that. So obviously Brandon put a poll on the group which said, can it matter? And I'll just give you the stats. I thought it was actually quite fascinating. Thank you, Brandon. Let me get to the poll quickly. And the questions are as follows. Hang one second. Okay. Can women and men be friends? Okay, so these are the types. Totally. Men, my best friends are opposite sex. Definitely not. Are you wrecked? We're here to procreate, lol. Yes, but it inevitably leads into desire and someone falling in love and possibly their heart broken. Or last one, hell no, you folks are crazy. Don't want to catch any cooties. So which one do you think sort of happened? So the poll results, sort of obviously the honest one, right? Yes, but it inevitably leads to sexual tension and desire and falling in love and the other party getting hurt. So some people would disagree. Some people would agree. I think it depends on everyone's personal ability, but I think boundaries are a definite issue, and also able to tell the other person the truth. And then you get the ever hopeful ever hopeful, what you call it, what's it, opportunist or idealist, where they think, if I just hang in there, if I just stay in the wings, something will happen. And I think 70% of the time, in a moment of weakness, a woman may just come to surrender, and there will maybe be a moment which will give hope to the friend. I've been in that situation before, and after that it went for a ball of wax. Like, it was not cricket. And that unfortunately did ruin very good friendships. So I'm just going to read some comments here. Let's have a looky. Okay, so the ex, so the ex and I would have stayed together if we were true friends, but I'm glad we don't have to meet each day. Okay, great. So it wasn't pointed at me. Okay, that's clarity. Thank God. Hi, Ursula. Lovely to see you. One day we must meet in real life, I think. Are you also in like Gauteng north part of Gauteng, where I am? Pitan, yes. Hardy Dave says, I'm my cat's best friend. She has to respect certain boundaries. Yeah, no, imagine if our animals actually became human for like a day. Imagine how cool that would be. So, yeah, I'm jumping again. So Brandon says, some people are unable to be honest, tell the truth, and scared of ending the inevitable. Just be truthful. If you're looking for a romantic relationship and it ain't your vibe, call it quits. Friendships can last longer than one night. Exactly, Osha. We should meet up. I think we've spoken. We should definitely meet up. Yeah. Howdy, Roy. And Roy comes to us all the way from Pennsylvania over the cold ocean. Yes, over the pond, as the English say. He's over the pond. So welcome, Roy. Nice to see you. So yeah, I think basis of friendship is good. So obviously me streaming and getting to meet lots of people and getting to do things. My relationship has been fine, though I think it takes strong people and strong devotion to decide, like, this is what's happening. And it's good to connect with people. You can ask anyone who knows me. I'm a social butterfly. Honey, I'm a belle of the ball. Like, if I was a Southern belle, I can't do the accent now. But I love meeting people. I believe, like, one of my spiritual essences are to connect with people, to learn more. I think you learn so much from that. I mean, hi, Pink Pastel Roses. Welcome. And I don't know if you'll see, you've been upgraded to mod. Wasn't Brandon a mod? No, was Brandon not a mod? Oh, okay. Whoops. Oh, he's a mod on the group. Oh, by the way, people, we have a Telegram group, which is called Rebellious Group 2.0. I missed the Ruth when I did it. Such an airhead, me. So I think what also upsets or gets under my skin. So when I was younger, okay, not now in my 30s, was the fact that I was dating a guy and I knew he liked me and everything, but he had this friend from school, okay? And I remember going out and I was new to all the friends, and it was the first time I was meeting like all his other friends from his circle. And there was this chick, and I'm going to use chick in the derivative, like the demeaning way, because she was definitely just, yeah. So she knew we were together. I mean, he'd spoken about me. Everyone had known he'd liked me for some time. And what did she come do? She came and sat on his lap like he's her papa daddy. And I was just like, okay, hold the phone. Like, seriously, this is an over boundary mission. Like, this is not cool. I'm the new woman in his life. You guys might have been together when you were at school, or might have been really good friends, like brother and sister vibe. But I didn't say anything. And I tried to explain to the then boyfriend how I felt. Oh my God, it was like talking to a wall. No, I'm being silly. I mustn't worry. They're just friends. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but I can see things that you can't. Like, no woman, and no guy sits on someone's lap unless there's like wanting of something there, you know. It just doesn't kind of work. Like no person goes really, really physical if they don't want to be physical with that person. So yeah. Did I lose my mod status? Brendan's saying, no, you didn't. You're still there. Cameron, no. All right. So Hardy Dave says, agreed. I don't like being led on false pretenses, but I think we fall in love. We don't jump. We should see and feel the chemistry. If there are no fireworks, then it's not sincere. But you can still, I believe in many soulmates. So I actually used to believe there was one, and then I found out there are actually several, which is really tricky, because I have someone in my life, but I still have very close friends that are guys, okay? And everyone knows, like, if they come here, I'm going to enforce them to, like, eat, and I'm going to make them dinner, and I'm going to, you know, like, you coming to my space, you are going to be looked after. And I sort of think, like, maybe that's a nurturing thing from me. Like, that's just how I am. My mom always taught me, like, be hospitable, you know, I'm not blowing my own horn here, but you can ask people that know me one day. Like, that's how I roll. And I think one of the reasons and I can't stand it, jealousy. I can't stand it. Actually, it turns me off completely. My baby ex-husband, when I say that, because we were literally married for 9 months and I felt like I gave birth to the dude. It sounds crazy, I know. We never actually lived together. He was staying in Johannesburg, and it's actually crazy. He just couldn't. There was lots of behind the scenes stuff that I wasn't aware of. Lots of deceit. You see, not good. Be honest. And he was incredibly jealous, incredibly. And I'm a social butterfly. I like to talk to lots of people. I'll be at a party. I won't stay with one person. Shame. I actually feel sorry for TG, because he often has to fend for himself. But it's good, because he's learning to do it. So yes, he used to be the biggest introvert, but and that's good for him. He needs a bit of pushing. Sometimes you need to push your partners to be uncomfortable. And excuse me, and we would be out, and I'd be talking to someone, and he would lose the plot. And all the way home, scream, yell about how I was making moves, or this guy was making moves. And I'm like, well, that's their shit. It's probably, I'm obviously with you. We're engaged. We're going to, like, duh. Could not let it go. Like, so that to me was a huge turn off. Obviously, if the person has, like, it's very hard to trust someone again. It really, really is. Because there's that saying, what does Dr. Phil say? Once a cheat, always a cheat. And if they've done it with ya, you're going to get it done to ya. So that's what he says. I don't know if people agree or disagree. But those are sort of my ideas on it. I just think, I think honesty is huge. And if you have feelings for someone, you know what, life is short. You need to tell them, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Never, ever. Let me just see. Perhaps Amy Lou will be joining us, but I don't think so. Yeah, no, I think she's still delayed. So anyway, I don't know if anyone would like to come and join me and talk about this sort of face to face, but you're more than welcome. Ursula, I'm not sure if she's still here. Yeah, there are many situations. Like, what about colleagues at work? I don't know what. Oh yeah, that's what. So colleagues at work, like, is there a bit of office flirtation? I don't work in a big. Oh, Pink Pastel Rosa says, I do agree with Dr. Phil. Okay, fair enough. Like, is cheating in someone's nature? Is it? Or can people change once they realize that they've found that special person? I know cases where it can be like that. So, yeah. Shane Cameron says he's too sick. Oh, I'm sorry, Boyki. I'm sorry you don't feel well. Yeah, I don't know what toddies you have there, or just dress warmly and sweat it out. I have a stash of like emergency sleep pillies or something. I just like to overdose myself, like knock me out. I hate being sick. It's terrible. It's horrendous. But I don't know, maybe pink pastel roses. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want. We can just discuss it a little bit, or even Mr. Brandon. But yeah, I think, there's look, alcohol is definitely a player. I think more people have made mistakes with each other when it comes to alcohol. I think when these things have slipped, there's also obviously times of a death, a friend death. So maybe they're being comforted, maybe they're going through deep sadness, and a kiss will pass the lips, or something will happen where it just happens, and hopefully sometimes it turns into a wonderful relationship. Sometimes that person actually realizes, oh my gosh, this person really loves me, and you know what, I'm gonna take my chances, I'm gonna go for it. So yes. Hello, Kat. So lovely to see you, darling. So lovely. Hello. Excellent stuff. It's been a while. So what do you do if someone gets jealous? Is it as simple as having a talk? Do we have to let them go? Why do people go back to cheaters? Bizarre. All right, so let's unpack the first comment. So obviously, if someone gets jealous, that person feels insecure, and that person feels like they need reassurance, they're lacking something in themselves, which is kind of sad, because as another individual, as a whole person, you've chosen to have that person in your life, right? And TG knows, like, if I get jealous or I'm full of shit, I'm not feeling up to the task. I'm feeling insecure. And it's hard. And you need to maybe reassure the person and say, babe, love, I admire this about you, and I find this about you sexy. It's not always about the looks. It's maybe their mind, or even how they dress. If you start dating someone, don't say to them, oh, you're beautiful, or I like your hair, or, those are things that people are born with. They can't really, well, I suppose nowadays you can do all sorts of things. You can change the whole package. But generally, it's good to comment on someone's style, taste, their mind, their hobbies, their thoughts. These are good things. So you need to admire that about that person. Hello, Erica. Welcome. Is it as simple as having a talk? I would hope so. If you can't even talk to them, if you can't sort of just sit down and have a simple conversation, you need to go back to the drawing board, because I wouldn't know what to sort of tackle that. And then, okay, so I would say give them at least one chance. Like, give them a chance. It's good to give them a chance, because everyone makes mistakes. No one is perfect. I mean, even God gave the Israelites a second chance when they built the golden calf, and he just broke the first set of tablets. He gave them another set. Everyone is entitled, I believe, to a second chance. Right? That's number 2. Why do people go back to cheaters? So, Hardy Dave, what are you sort of saying? Like, okay, fine. So if some girl cheated on you, and then you broke up with her, say, or she broke up with you, and then you took her back, because sins of the flesh is common. I think sins of the flesh it's hard. It's hard to just decide to stop loving someone. Like, I have to really, really, really be pushed. Really be pushed, and the whole time in my mind decide, okay, this is really not good for my spirit. And maybe they are willing to give them a second chance. But I think if they do it again, and you don't see the love for yourself, if you don't see that you've got to protect yourself, it's a problem. Yes, okay, so let's get back to some things. Beer goggles. I'd regret it if I could remember it at all. If I could remember it at all, or if I couldn't remember it at all. Yeah, no, if you, sure, that's a hard one. If you're so drunk that you can't remember it, I don't know if that counts. I don't know. It obviously does, but they might be bullshitting you. How do you know if you did it or you didn't? I don't know. That's rough. Like, yeah, I suppose you can be that drunk that you don't really remember every detail, but I think you should kind of remember what happened, or they just took full advantage of you. I think if anyone's going to sleep with someone and they're completely like paralytic and they actually have no like, and they're half asleep or they just physical, that's kind of like on the verge. That's like on the verge, seriously. I don't know if that would be in America. It might be even considered like statutory rape or something. Especially if they're underage. That's a bit hectic. Yeah, we want to keep it light, people. Okay, I'm a bit behind in the comments. So, I dread controlling people. Babe, I can't go to the toilet. Can I go to the toilet? Oh, hell no. So Virgos, and I know the star sign thing irritates a lot of people, but I think we all have many traits, and the stars are always moving in our spheres and the planets are always moving. So I think you can take a little bit of stuff from things. I think there are definitely some people out there that cannot be controlled. I like a bit of delegation. I need that grounding. I need someone actually to say to me, I don't like dating someone who's a wash. Like, I need someone to actually stand up to me, because then I think, ooh, okay, well, it's nice to know I can't just walk all over you. So Erica says, okay, Cameron, I'm missing the comments a bit. Cameron, I was never cheated on. I'm enough, I guess. Or they were frack scared of me. Skinning them alive and losing me. Well done, Erica. No, sure. Well done to you. I've also never, have I been cheated on? I don't think so. Well, if I did, I wouldn't know, but that way. Okay, so Kat said yes. Can women and men be friends? Absolutely. Yes, but like Hardy Dave and people on our portal, on our little poll on the group. By the way, this group, people on Telegram, Rebellious Group 2.0. Yes, check it out. We have jokes. It's very light. We don't really talk a lot of politics. We do all of that. So like Hardy Dave was saying, that eventually it can lead to sort of a sexual tension. It can lead to a moment of temptation of the flesh, perhaps, because I think if two people, I think friendship transcends barriers, and if you like someone and they're really good friends of yours, you're going to feel chemistry. You're going to feel connected. So yeah. So hi, Kat, in the same. Yes, this is the same Kat as last year. Arr. Yeah. They had to change a few things. So thank you, dear Cameron. You're next. Just remind me. Was that what Brandon said? Yeah, but I think it's a general thing. I mean, listen, there's nothing more exciting than meeting someone and you connecting on a level, and there's that spark, and I mean, that's fun, and it's exciting to cross boundaries. It's exciting to feel wanted, to feel loved. I mean, our ego goes kapoofy, and it's fantastic. I mean, let's be honest. We all want to be adored. We all like to be liked. That's the like way of life. If you're a hermit and you're living all alone and you have no interaction with people, like, unless on the internet, like I said to someone today, I said, it's actually so sad that most people today are guys in their mother's basement who are overweight and their only internet connection is like on a game or talking to some avatar. Like, these are not real people. In somewhere in the Far East, they pay people for hugs. Come on, really? Like, let's not go there. And that's why this whole thing of the mask thing completely freaks me out, because I'm a very one-on-one person. Like, I want to see your face. I want to see your smile, your teeth, your expressions, and that's what scares me about the mask thing, right? Okay, if it supposedly doesn't help for a freaking whatever, I'm not going there. But, or does or doesn't or whatever, the truth is it takes away our humanity. It makes us, we already are hidden. Our true, authentic selves are already hidden in this body, in this goof. In the Kabbalah, it's called a goof. Your goof. It sounds like I went for a goof. I went for a swim. So cool. But, we're already so hidden, and then we need, our consciousness needs to come out of ourselves. And that's what draws people to you. And when you have this horrible thing on your face, it's like double layered. It just doesn't, it's just not cool. That's why I'm so against it. So, so Kat says, I was let out of the cave last year. Now I'm behaving again. All right. Fine. And the name without the, okay. You guys are chatting there. This topic makes me hot. Thanks, Honey Dave. Maybe, but I think we've got to remember who we are. We've got to remember, and we learn about each other. And I think the coolest thing in the whole world is to learn about yourself. And I think that's where your late 30s and 40s come into play. And for you youngins out there, you're still discovering, and that's awesome. I feel like, what's his name? That dude, Owen Wilson or something, from when he's talking in that one movie, I can't think, where he's talking about her body, and the guy's like, whoa, just time out. What movie was that again? I don't know. He's hysterical. In fact, Clint and I wanted to watch Wedding Crashes. Yeah, I think I'm going to download it and watch it on if I like pass out on one of my, I'm going away this weekend, so I might just do that. How do you know? Big question is, does it matter? Okay. No, the topic. Yes, it does matter, because there are many interactions in life. We can't only be stuck to one. And if you're being forced to stuck to one, there's something wrong. There's something wrong there. I don't know. Me personally, if I wasn't allowed, and I've been in a relationship like that, if I wasn't allowed to be and go and be friends who I wanted to be friends with and talk to who I wanted to, and my every move monitored, no. Like, look at that poor girl who recently, like, fell, pushed, whatever, perhaps whatever, off that building in Cape Town. Like, no one knows what the hell was going on.
Let me ask you this. No one likes to be controlled.
Yeah.
No one likes to be controlled. Not even a guy.
No, well, you do, I mean, come now. S&M, you have dominatrix.
Yes, but
that's a fetish. Some people like that control.
But that's your fetish. Like, it's true. It's a fetish. They want to do that.
But it doesn't mean they do it all the time.
I'm talking about it in real life. I mean, think about if I had to control you the whole time. You'd hate it.
But sometimes you're not being controlled. Sometimes that person genuinely cares for you. It's not because someone says to you, have you brushed your teeth this morning? Stop controlling me. It's not because the person's worrying about trying to control you and tell you what to do. How do you know? Yes, he's like waving, like hi. It's because a person cares. Like, I know I've been told I'm very delegatory, but I'm not really. But you think I am. It's because I care. I'm not telling you what to do. And if you're in a relationship where someone keeps complaining and telling you what to do and completely putting out your light, your candle, like snuffing your candle all the time, you need to find a place that totally like adds fuel to your fire. You need to have someone that lets you breathe and expand and have light and flame and joy and happiness and experience the things you want. Yes, I realize there are times that miscommunication and things. So yes, and I worry about friends who are in relationships like this, and a lot of the time. Thank you, cat. Wow. And I know that's not your avatar. A lot of the time, you just there's a time and place for everything. Time and place for everything. That's all I'm saying. You need to communicate. I mean, God gave us a voice, an essence, a way to communicate. Animals don't have that. Maybe they have that with each other. I mean, they've done all sorts of signs about cats, and they're saying that cats only make certain noises in front of everyone. I mean, I'm reading the comment there, in front of like each other, or in front of humans, and they don't usually do it with each other. Like, that's just crazy. Like, I still don't understand cat mating ritual. That stuff is scary. Yeah. We had about a month or so ago, we had a couple of cats around, and I'm changing topic quickly. They were screaming, and I didn't exactly know whether it was like proper, like if it was noisy neighbors or if it was cats. It sounded insane. Yeah. What's the timing? We're probably going to be another 5-10 minutes. The boys at work need some delegation, or else they'll get lost. It's usually for the greater good. Exactly. Yes. And that's the thing. I would be wary. I mean,
Erica's got a good point here.
What? Oh wait, someone's there. Sorry. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna add Fiercely Nessa. Hello.
Oh hello. I look terrible.
It's fine.
Oh my God, why is it going? I'm outside.
So this is Fiery Nessa.
5,000 years older than I usually am. But anyway.
No, it's good. You're in the dark. So Erica's comment. Check Erica's comments. A guy who recently tried to date was becoming possessive and controlling me, manipulated me through guilt. We didn't even get to holding hands level. He got dumped. I'm a Sag. Good girl. Yes, and
why do guys get possessive and controlling?
What, do you think it's only guys?
Well, yeah, girls as well.
No, girls too.
Oh, girls are very controlling too. Yeah, I know a lot of ball and chain girlfriends. You know, they're all free and out at the pubs. We're having a great time. As soon as she's got the guy, it's like you never see him again. You never see her again, and then you've got to ask. You know, got to ask permission. Can I go here? Can I go there? No, when I was younger, growing up in Alberton, Brackenhurst, it's weird. We were part of like a group of like about 50 or 60 people between my high school, Alberton High School, and on weekends we would all get together. And there was a club in Alberton called Club Paradise, which was actually a pretty awesome little club in a really shit part of the town. But when we would go out, our group would literally fill out the whole club. So I saw plenty of it in that group. It's like, all free, and they're going to get you. And then as soon as then you can't go this, and you can't talk to you, and you can't go there, and you can't do this because the girlfriend's watching, or, you know, or like this other friend, Sydney. Well, I wasn't that close to him, but my friend Elsa was more close to him. He had this thing of always finding this very possessive girlfriend. So you'd see him for 2 or 3 months until the next girlfriend comes along. You'd meet her, maybe see them once again, and then you don't see them for another 2 or 3 years until they break up. Then here comes Sydney. Hey, I'm alive again. Then it's the same story.
Okay, wait. So let me understand it, just so that so he would allow himself to be controlled.
Exactly. So I think people, it depends. It's like, you know, you're talking about Dr. Phil earlier. I always remember, although he's not really a doctor, but there was one thing I always took away from his show was, what are you getting out of it? Everything you do, you're getting something out of it. So, you know, it's like if you are, You're getting something out of it. It's like if you are depressed, what are you getting out of it? You're getting sympathy. You're getting people saying, "Oh, shame, poor you. How are you doing?" You know, if you're angry, what are you getting out of it? There's always every action and everything you're getting something out of it. So, like with that case, that Sydney, he obviously got off on being controlled. It was something he was used to. I don't know what his family life was like. I don't know if he had a mother who was controlling. Who knows? But he got off on it. So some people choose cheaters. I personally don't think. I know, like you think. Some people maybe look on the odd occasion. I think there are the rare people who they are cheaters, and then they meet the one, and they go on the straight and narrow. But to be very honest, that's a very small percentage. I mean, that's like small. Most cheaters will cheat and cheat again and cheat again. You know, and if you were cheating with them when you met them, they're going to cheat on you. I agree with you on that one. That's for sure. Because I mean, come on, hello. And when the next person, as soon as, and I find cheaters are generally people who, to me, are not really committed to the relationship anyway. So they're going to do it at some point. You know, maybe some people aren't cheaters that you see outwardly, but maybe they're cheating in their mind already. And then they decide at some point, okay, well, this isn't working for me. I'm going to do the right thing and just get out of this. But if you actually think about it, I think everybody cheats in a way, even in your head, you know. And that's where it starts. It starts with the thought. So I think if you can cheat once, you can cheat again, definitely. Men and women as friends.
What about revenge? What about, okay, so let's say two people have cheated, or one person's cheated. Do you think it's fair for the other person to say, okay, I'm going to go and do a revenge cheat? Like, I'm going to go and get my rocks off. I'm going to go and get you back by cheating on you. Like, this is such a low topic now. But think about that. Think about that for once. I just want to read this comment quickly. Hottie Dave says, it's psychologically a mom thing. Some guys like coddling. I like the coddling.
I think it is. He was very much a mama's boy. And the mama ruled the roost. That's probably why he always had his controlling girlfriend.
If you are, and Cameron's got a point here. Let me just find his comment. If you are desperate, you allow yourself to be controlled. I was stuck in that situation for 2 times. Cam, I don't know why. You're an amazing guy. So we are going to start a show where we're going to set people up. We're going to start it slow, and we're going to actually start a dating vetting. So you will start on the Telegram group, and we'll probably make another group or a WhatsApp. We'll have to see. And then we'll vet people and see for like-minded people, not necessarily what kind of music you can like.
I'll put my name on that list. I'll help vet.
Okay, cool. A fringe benefit thing. Like obviously music and those sort of things. Like I don't believe those are things that, I think those help people like who like movies, those who keep people interested. But important things like, do you want to get married? Like I know a girl who her whole life she wants to get married, okay, and have kids. And she's in her 30s, but she keeps meeting guys with baggage. She keeps meeting guys who have been married and have kids and don't want to get married again. Let it go. Decide you are worth more. You are worth more to actually having what you want. To having what you want. Because if that person doesn't resonate with you, or say, my dream is to go and live in India or on the Himalayas, and that other person's like, oh, hell no, I'm not moving to the Himalayas. It's cold. I'm going to want to go down to like sunny Mauritius. But it's that other person's dream to do that. It's never going to work. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. That's how I said. By the way, I have no psychological training or degree. I am no doctor. I am, disclosure, not a psychologist. This is a discussion.
You're a human with life experience. It's got to count for something.
So. Yeah, can you imagine me in 10 years' time? I hope I don't have continued to have life experience. Let's hope that.
I was going to say something, but now I can't remember.
Oh, wait. You were going to talk about, you were talking about the cheaters. You were talking about the cheaters. Sorry, I interrupted you because I wanted to read comments. You were saying that if they do it again, weren't you? Or anyone in the comments help again? Remember?
Something about that I wanted to say. Then you said something that I agree with.
Okay, wait. So if cheaters do it to you, like the percentages are very low.
That was it. The revenge thing. Like,
Oh, yes.
is that fair? Fair, I don't know. You could do it, but how good are you going to feel afterwards? It's like, yeah, you get your rocks off, but did you really get your rocks off? Because you might in the moment, because I've done it, you might in the moment think, oh, wow, this is so cool. Remember, I did that to that ex-boyfriend, went and poured water in his suitcase, like poured it over his bed. And you know what? I didn't really feel that satisfied afterwards. It's like I just actually felt worse, to be honest. So I think it degrades you to go do a revenge thing. I think it's better to rather, like, it could be in the moment, it's like, yeah, I'll get him back. I'm going to go sleep with his best friend. Holy hell, you've just caused like a whole bunch of shit you didn't need. You don't know, your judgment's not up there. You may just like decide to go have a revenge sleep with somebody. That person
Sure.
be an asshole. It could be
How's
like
this comment? Pride, revenge, cheating equals Satan.
Is that equal?
Right. Yeah, that's Huddy Dave. Like, I think it's the same thing, like where you see it in the movies, where the guy like kills his wife, or his wife gets killed, or something happens, and the guy will go out and revenge and try and kill him, and in the end, you see the shot where he kills him, bang, 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 and he doesn't feel it. Doesn't bring her back. It doesn't bring her back. So, is that cheating with cheating going to help? In some instances, maybe yes. I've never had to do that, thank God.
I think maybe if you're a very shallow person, yeah.
If you're very shallow, I think if you're very angry, but I don't think it gets you off. I don't think it gets you off. But I think, and this is where respect comes in. If you know someone is with someone, and they're in a meaningful relationship, and there is someone pussyfooting around the whole time, I just think that's also disrespectful to the unity of their thing. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
Sorry, Karen. No. I remember that other thought that I was thinking of earlier, and that's to do with who was the person on here saying she's worth more than that?
Is it Erica?
Yes. And yes, you are worth more than that. Sometimes universe, God, whatever you want to call it, life source, tests you. Even your higher self is testing you to see, is this really what you want, or you think you want this? And it's a test. It's like, okay, let's see if you really want this. And they'll put things in your way. It's actually, because this is what I believe. Earth. Howdy, Dave. Nice meeting you. This is a school. Earth is a school. This is the ultimate hardest school that you can find in the universe. We come here to learn lessons. We come here to learn things. We come to find out about ourselves. So even when you go to the whole like Satan thing, actually that's just a manifestation of our own negativity, as far as I'm concerned. Besides, we're very powerful beings. We've always been told we're not, but we are actually very powerful. We can manifest a lot of stuff. So I also think we test ourselves, and we can also self-sabotage ourselves. You put the thought up there, that's what I really want. But are you sure that's what you really want? Because if that's what you really want, it will happen. But maybe that's not what you really want. Maybe there's something else that needs to be sorted out first, and that's why these obstacles come in your way. So if I can give you, like, I'm like a little bit intuitive, I pick up on things. I'd say for Erica, maybe that's happening because you need to be by yourself for a bit, and you need to get to know you, be happy being on your own without a partner, and then you'll meet the right person, because you're not looking. You haven't got this aura of desperation. Sorry, I wore the aura of desperation for like 20 years.
I've been there as well.
Yeah. When you wear the aura of desperation, you are going to attract assholes, because it's like a radar. Just think it's like, hey, come here, come fucking
You're not going to attract
the right people, because you're not in the right space. You're not in the right vibration of who you are. So I would just say to Erica, you are worth more than that. And fucking don't worry about it. If that's what you really want in life, it will happen. It's not happening now because maybe it's other things you need to do. Maybe it's other things you need to work on. Maybe there's other things in your personality or things you think you want that you need to sort out first for that to happen. I think, we are all where we need to be right now is where we're supposed to be. And life kind of works out. And if you just flow with it and stop fighting it, you will get to where you want to be. But I think often we got like a little thought in the head and think, oh, well, it must be that. I used to think that. I want to be married. I want to have kids.
And then we don't realize that those
if I had a choice
things.
now, I'd be single. You know?
So Pythagoras says, so cheating aside, have you decided whether men and women can just be friends?
Oh yeah, I say no, and that's when I was a Christian. I worked for this guy. He was a very staunch Orthodox Greek Christian, right? We were quite good friends. Actually, no, we weren't friends. Let me say that. It's more like he was my employer. I knew him. We went to the same church. We didn't visit each other, and his wife was at the same church. But we chatted at work like people do. And he always told me, and I used to be of the school of, oh yeah, we can be friends. Men and women can be friends. And he said, no, you can't, because men and women are not. We are created as partners for each other, and only when you're with that partner, then you become friends. If it becomes friends, it's meant to lead to something deeper, and you can't get over the whole sexual thing. At some point, it will rear its ugly head. It will. It's happened to me. Happened with this one friend. He liked me, I didn't like him, and then I liked him, and he didn't like me, and we're no longer friends. So I don't think you should be, unless the guy's gay. If he's gay, fantastic. That's the only male friend I have. But I'm very wary of gays because I've been backstabbed by them a lot. So me personally, I'm not friends with any gay people at the moment. Not that I know anybody, just because of my personal experiences. But me personally, I say no. But that's for me. You see, because I'm a little sensitive to it.
That is a very, very, if I can say, I mean, before I lose my train of thought, you know me, I'm like a fish. I go around the bowl and I've lost my train of thought. So to get back to, I smell the Freud. What? The Freud. Oh, the Freud. Is it Freud or Freud? I deep down, I think I have to agree with you. I don't think men and women can be friends. I think there will be that time where the temptation of the flesh will get you. It's gonna get you. Oh, it's gonna get you.
Because we're biologically created like that. We just are, And at some point,
it's so important. Yeah, but it's. Yeah, but this is the thing.
You can't live in a world. We live in a modern world. I understand where you're coming from, and maybe that's just more me. We live in a modern world where you should be able to have like friends of opposite sexes, and because that's what the world says. But on this point, I'm very old school because that's my personal experiences of going through it. That it just doesn't work. Women must have female friends. Men must have male friends. When you start interested in somebody, then you become friends first to establish trust and borders and and who they are, and then you go into a relationship. That's the only time when the friend thing works. But then you both know you're heading towards something else. At some point down the line.
Two of the ladies sort of, I think, disagree because they say they are friends with guys. But ladies, let's be honest. If you let your guard down, how many of those guy friends would instantly want to hold your hand? Or like this is the subtle thing, right? Like men and women together. Like how often do they touch your arm or touch your hand or touch your back or I am.
Or is he a secret friend hanging on in the background, waiting for the right opportunity, and you just don't know it? And you think you're being friends, but actually he's got an ulterior motive. He thinks you're cool because generally most guys, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, most guys become friends with women because of this. They want to date you at some point. They actually want to be with you because you got your male friends. Are you seriously telling me guys want to be friends with women and sit there and talk about Cosmo and everything? We're too different. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've got the feeling that those guys that you're friends with, to the other ladies.
Waiting in the wings.
Wait, give it a year or two. Let's talk then. Let's see if they didn't make a move.
Yeah, he has Hardy Dave's thing. He also thought she was a sister, mother figure, like your friend, and then oops, and she did the rest. So and this brings me back to my point. I wonder if women are not more hornier. Is that proper English? Are not actually hornier than men. I sometimes really wonder that. Really. Ursula says, I've been friends with 2 brothers for 20 and nothing, not even tried once. I was also friendly with someone for a really, really long time. Maybe look. But I think they would hop at it. Ursula, you're obviously a very good looking and attractive young lady. And you never know. And I don't believe guys hang around with chicks for like no reason. I don't. I really don't. I don't believe that.
I wouldn't say no reason, but it's men and women are so different. It's like when you sit down as a female and we talk as friends, it's a much different conversation to when a guy sits and talks down as friends. Women talk about emotions, feelings, we analyze it. I mean, we will analyze the shit out of something. I can go ask my husband. He'll go spend a whole day with his friend or his brother. So what did you guys talk about? Nothing. But I saw you talking for hours. So what's he doing? Oh, I don't know. Who's his girlfriend? I don't know. So what do you guys talk about? So, we different that way. That's what I mean. So when it comes to you, people can be friends.
Hold on. TG wants to say something. Yes.
No, you go ahead.
You should get on the stream.
But some of the teenage, let's say, so-called series or movies and like that portray this girl. She's got a best friend, but she's dating some other guy. How does it work? Surely there must be conflict between the best friend of this best friend's a guy, and then you know what I'm saying? And then this woman's got a boyfriend as well.
And then what happens in the end? It always happens that the girl ends up falling in love with the friend, and they realize, oh wait, I've loved you.
He's the guy hanging in the background, waiting for the boyfriend to get out the way, so that at some point they can get together.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I truly believe that's mostly why guys are friends with women. Yes, they may think she's cool to talk to, but at some point, believe you me, they have pictured you 1,000 times in bed naked. I promise you that. They've pictured you at some point, because it's just biologically amenable. Women were made for men, so men were not made for women. So that's why women can be with the ugliest asshole. It doesn't really matter. Not never call it an asshole, but the ugliest guy, because it's more about the heart. But women. That's where, shame, I feel sorry for you guys, because a gorgeous looking woman that uses her body as a weapon, you guys don't stand a chance, because we were built for a man. We are attractive to men. They just look at us and a gorgeous woman, a man will fall apart. But like, women are not that obsessed with the physical outside look as much as what men are. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I mean, we look past that. We're more interested in other things, like, is he trustworthy? Is he secure? All these other little things. Yes, if he's good looking, bonus. Hey, fantastic. Yes, doesn't mean I wouldn't like a gorgeous guy. Yes, I would. But we're not as obsessed with the physical that way. We're not as turned on by that. It's more emotional, I think.
Right. So I literally fell in. I used to call him my beast. He was someone you would not think pretty. Maybe today's standards, that's all changed. But 20 years ago, he was definitely not someone you'd go, oh, he's hot. But eventually I fell in love with him, because I fell in love with him. And women, this is the thing, women need more. Women need the laughs. Women need the kindness. Women need sincerity. Yeah.
And foreplay doesn't just mean sexual stuff. It just means you want that intimacy. You want to talk about stuff. You want to know his heart. You want to know where he's from. As a person, and I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some of the comments there. Erica, no, you're not a dog. You're lucky you got male friends who haven't jumped you. But, and that's just my personal experience. If you can have a good male friend, hey, it's great to have a good male friend. I just find at some point there will be a moment where something can crop up, because we're human beings.
Alcohol's involved. That I'll attest to. That'll attest to. That's why, Ursula, I had a guy friend since I was 12. and he'd broken up with someone, and I was trying to date someone long distance. Well, not date, but we were chatting. Yeah. And we were both drinking, and the next thing I got hatful and I decided, that's it. Let's do this. And it all sort of panned out in the end. But I tell you, the next morning I was like, oh my God,
what did I do?
No, this did not happen. It never happened. So yeah.
Can I tell you something that's funny that happened to me? But hold on a second. Let me just get my.
Have you got load shedding?
No.
No. Women need understanding, communication, and companionship more than good looks.
Oh yeah. What? Women need understanding. No, absolutely, Erica. That's totally it. It's not so much looks for us. Looks are just the bonus. It's more that understanding, communication, companionship. Can I laugh with him? Does he see my heart? Does he care about me? The looks can be a bonus on top of that. And you know what I find? Beautiful people inside just start looking more attractive anyway. You know?
Or someone who's hot, or like what you thought was the Adonis type. If they're a dwarf or a dick,
they start looking ugly.
Exactly. They become ugly. I know, right? Right, yes.
So
did every relationship start as a friendship? Yeah, there's also colleagues, there's also work, there's also, but is it true friendship? Is it just like, how do you know when you're friends with someone? Like, especially with this whole, I can talk to you over a screen 1,000. How do you know you're friends with someone? Like, you can tell someone and they could stab you in the bloody back. Like, what? Maybe we should talk about that another stream. What constitutes true friendship?
A friendship. That's actually a very good stream. That would be a good one because I think
we'll do it in 2 weeks' time ish.
I was going to say that it's like a weird thing. We're talking about the revenge thing. When I was like 18, 19, was it 18, 19, 20? I'm not sure, but anyway. I hung out with my friend Alsa, and there was another friend, Vanessa. Okay, so we used to go out to the doors when it was still like the #1 nightclub. Then all the hot guys left, so we followed them. They all went to, what was it called? It in Fourth World, I don't know, which was rave, and we were total rock babes, you know. So we would literally go there, put on headphones, listen to rock music while everybody's dancing to rave because we went into it. We were just following the hot guys. So now, my two friends were like, let me put it this way. According to them, every hot guy in the place belonged to them, and I got the leftovers. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. So the one friend, Vanessa, there was this gorgeous guy called Gerald. I still remember his name. Tall guy, he had blonde hair. He was very good looking, like supermodel kind of looking guy, right? So into him. She was always making plays for him, all kinds of stuff. My friend Elsa, I don't think she really made much plays for him, but she likes to flirt. Let me put it that way. So she would also flirt with him. I did nothing. I just sat in the back because I could see what was going on. These two, they all do their little thing. Let them do their thing. I'll do my own thing on the side and entertain myself. And so she'd obviously done something to completely piss him off. I don't know what happened. But I'm standing at the bar. Next minute he comes up to me, grabs me, and starts kissing me in front of the whole bar. It was like literally like one of those movies. It's like, do you remember that? Do you still use the word graunch?
We used to use. I don't still use that.
Graunch. You don't use it anymore. Graunch. But graunch.
No, but
that
you used to.
Me of graunch, grabbing me, graunching me. Right there. And then she came upon me.
I haven't heard that word in forever.
I love that word. It's such a descriptive word, graunch.
It is.
That was the only time I could say I was part of a graunch. I just got graunched right there by the bar. I hung over the doors. Oh, yeah, the doors are man. The doors are
guys, I usually do this stream. See, this is my bedtime now. I usually do this stream at like Hopper State. But yeah, no, look, it's and this is what I'm saying. If you love someone, if you've decided like, and people do stupid things, but I would rather tell someone how I feel about them than let them lie in the dark and never know, and me never know. And it might just create a whole new portal to that person, and it might just be the best thing you've ever done. And Cam, we need to find, I don't know, he has got someone in his life. I hope he is truly happy. Yeah, the Doors, that was quite a cool, rough place. And I mean, did you see Pythagoras's comments about, when you're friends, when you can fart in someone? No, that's when you've like overcrossed the rainbow, like you just don't care anymore
That's
what
marriage.
that person says.
That's marriage, Car. That's what happens
God,
in
is that
marriage.
marriage? Oh, shit.
After 2 or 3 years, literally, it becomes like that. I'm sorry, I fart in front of my husband. I'm too old to give a shit. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. But, he doesn't really like it. He farts. So what? It's like, who cares? But like, that kind of thing doesn't bother me. I actually find it I think that's kind of comforting in a way. It's like you being yourself. Yes, I agree with you. You get to that point of you being comfortable, but don't get, when you're married, you're kind of stuck in it. Maybe people get too comfortable. Maybe I should do less farting. This is a good point for me. Maybe I should go outdoors and not do that, because
yeah, it's hard getting too used to someone. Though when you break wind and it's on a roll, yes, I don't know. We ate, I think we had wet spring rolls with cabbage, and then holy cow, for the next, we had TMI. I think it was like very shocked.
Oh, wow. You live in Northern Joburg. You ever go to Morningside, Rivonia, because the best spring roll place is there, called Happy Valley. You'll get the best Chinese food spring rolls you've ever had in your life. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
No. I'm sorry. I interrupt you. I'm terrible. So, old fuddy daddy. So, I think Erica's a bit of a cougar, personally. I think she should go for someone younger. I do. Why not? If not, why not? You live once. Why not? And then what is Pythagoras? But seriously, you can't believe that every friendship is a gateway to a sexual relationship. No, you can't. You can't think that. And it probably wouldn't be. I think if someone really, really is just a friend and they've intimated that to you and they've said, listen, seriously, then sure.
But let me give you this question, Pa. Okay, let's do a hypothetical here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Not every friendship leads to sex. Yes, point taken. Okay, but let's just think. Okay, you're visiting your female friend. It's Friday night, Saturday night, whenever. You're watching movies. You have a couple of drinks. She's lying on the couch next to you. Your body will naturally get a bit excited. Something will pop up, and things will lead to things.
Cock up, like Cardi Dave said. Something cocks up eventually.
Yes, it does. It does.
But for men, it can be a reflex. Look at Morning Glories. I mean, come now. Morning Glories is a reflex. Wait, does Morning Glories don't mean they like always horny?
Yeah, they could be the bladders full.
Yeah, their bladders. Is that a thing? Is it bladder full? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. Now I know.
And it can be the other thing.
And it can be horny as well. Shame. No wonder people get so confused. My golly gosh. Yeah.
I would hate to be a guy. I'm glad I'm a woman. Because I think.
Are you really? Are you kidding? Come now.
No,
I'm so glad I'm a sports model now. Holy cow. I think so glad
women have got all the power. I think we've got all the power. And I don't mean like, I just think we've got all the power. I'm happy to be a woman. Thank you. I don't want to be a slave to my ding dong. Thank you. It's a terrible thing.
But like I said, I feel that women can be more hornier than men at different stages of their lives. In different stages of their lives, or depending on their hormone levels. Who knows?
Sexual peak for women 30, right? Sexual peak for women 30. Sexual peak for a man is 19. So, Erica, if you're in your 30s, find a 19-year-old. Have some fun. Get married later.
Okay, Pythagoras is really being out there. A true friend will probably laugh at my boner.
If it's a male, I don't think it's a woman.
Okay.
I said if it's a guy, he'll laugh. If it's a woman, she might get like a little bit worried. Like, what the hell? I would have go, oh, you got a boner. Holy shit, let me get out of here. That's me. I'd be a bit worried. Why have you got a boner? You got a boner for me? I'm your friend. Holy crap, is it going that way? Oh shit, okay. Sorry, I need to go. Bye. But that's me.
No, I don't think that. I think we're getting sidetracked. So I think most importantly, set your boundaries, communicate, be honest, be truthful. and you live once. So if you are in love with someone secretly and you want to tell them, then tell them. And
if
see where
you've got
it
a
goes.
friend, you've got more feelings, tell them. You don't know.
Life
Maybe they've got more feelings than you.
You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Hopefully not another level 5 lockdown.
But I do
God.
agree with that. No, that bullshit's not going to happen. Have you that whole narrative changed a bit? I'll tell you tomorrow.
Okay.
But anyway, it's like what was I going to say? It's like if you're going to be friends, you're going to be friends with somebody. If you start feeling something for them, be honest and tell them. It's like, I'm starting to feel something for you. I'm not sure if you feel the same. I'd rather keep a friendship.
I don't know. You're touching on your marks, touching on a collar. So you say that again.
Oh, sorry, I was clicking on the computer. Terrible habit. I'd say, like you say, just be honest. Just be honest. And if you start having feelings for your friend, tell your friend. You know, it could be you can get over it. You know, it's
could go out of it. I could do something juicy.
Yeah, it's like with that friend that I had. We were still friends for a while after that. We're not friends now because we're on different sides of, South Africa. But we kind of got over it. It's like then I realized it was just like a passing phase. I was probably in a lonely period of my life. He was the only male friend around all the time that actually showed interest in me and cared about me as a person. So then I developed feelings that maybe shouldn't have been there. That can also happen, And we're still friends, but at least we spoke about it. Like, I'm into you, I'm not that into you. Okay, can we still be friends? Yes, let's give it a go. And then you go from there. If he was still living in the same area as me now, we probably would still be friends. But then again, he also wasn't really what I could call a very manly man.
I think
but he's very feminine. Let's put it that way.
It's weird, and you have to have attraction and stuff. But I think we're going over a little bit of time now. But like Pythagoras says, but the other side, I've seen a sexual relationship many times turns into a friendship that never lasts. I think if you're going to have that intense sexualness.
What about friends with benefits?
Friends with benefits. Oh, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic for another discussion. That's a topic for another. Yes. King David killed a man and stole his wife, and then Solomon was born, the wisest king. I think grace is above the law and love above all. And on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up.
I'm going back to my channel next. We can have a chat in mind.
After that, you will probably never be. Yeah, unless you have a kid together. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see how people can be together, get divorced, and then want to. I don't know. It's just weird.
I think if you're married to each other, that to me is insanity. I can't understand that trend.
What?
Get married, get divorced, separate,
and then remarry.
Start dating again, get remarried, and then get divorced again.
No, there's actually like a law in the Old Testament that I don't think you read.
You're not allowed to.
No, you're not. Look, I know of a case where it did happen. It did, but it's not technically done. But yeah.
No, it's in the Old Testament. Because think about it. First of all, it's like between you and that person breaking up, that husband or wife may have been with somebody else. So if you go back to that person, you kind of, let's use an old-fashioned term, soiling them in spiritually. That's where I think it comes from. But you're soiling them spiritually because every person you've slept with, spiritually, you pick up a soul tie to that person. And then when you sleep with that person, you're passing on all that shit to them. And I can speak from experience that shit actually is real. Soul ties are totally real. It's like happened to me. You slept with somebody, and all of a sudden this weird shit starts happening to you, or darker stuff, because spiritual energy from that person you've slept with has actually been passed over onto you, which is why it's such a big, that whole thing in the Bible, not that I'm a Christian anymore, but I do believe in this one, where it says, and the man and the woman become one flesh. What is that? That's talking about soul tie. It's because when you sleep with somebody, you actually do bond with them in a spiritual sense. But I'm going down a very heavy path there for the end of the stream.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on another stream. I think you opened Pandora's box on a lot of the esoteric, on a lot of stuff. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. I think we learned a lot. Hopefully everyone who gets to listen to this gets a little bit of an insight. yeah, communicate, set boundaries, and you live once, so you never know. And what have you got to lose anyway? Yeah, if you like this, subscribe, and we'll see you next Tuesday. All right, guys.
Cool. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, V, for coming on. I'm just gonna mute everything.
Bye, guys.
Thanks a lot. Bye.